The great demon of the evil Homeland replies to China's anti-cult network. Xiefeng. July 30, 2021. Fighters of China's anti-cult network. First of all, if you feel that you are doing right and are confident in your actions, then do not delete or block my article here. If you are scared, then delete it or block it. You have been a great help because your video, The Home of Evil, has expanded Lifechanyuan's influence, which is exactly what I have been looking for. As for whether or not people believe your video's content, you know that in today's China, it is everyone's tacit understanding. Nowadays, only mindless people still believe the messages published by governments at your level. After watching your video, I can see that you have put much work into it, but also that it is still rough and that your understanding needs refinement. You said that you rescued believers who had been directed remotely by Zhang Zifan, Xiefeng, but this is inconsistent with the facts. One of your insiders sent me some photos of your process of rescuing my followers. In one of them, a female Chanyuan celestial's hands were tied behind her back with a rope and she was squatting on the ground with a police officer holding a pistol against the back of her head in the same way that Japanese devils shot and killed Chinese compatriots during the War of Resistance against Japanese aggression. Is this what you called rescue? I still have the photo. You posted a few photos of me in the video which we had taken while playing games. You deliberately selected those photos to vilify me and to scare my potential sisters-in-law away. That was unscrupulous of you. The biggest shortcoming of the video upon which you worked so hard is that there were no voices of any Chanyuan celestials. It is a failure. In fact, the biggest blow to Lifechanyuan and Xiefeng should be Chanyuan celestials exposing my ugly deeds, which would have been much more convincing. It is lacking that you did not do that. Wang Gang, who appears in the video, is the son of Foci Celestial. His performance in the video was simply that of a respectful son, but what is the truth? You should allow his mother Foci to talk about it. Why would an elderly woman in her 80s not be with her son, but with the demon, Xiefeng? People with normal thinking ability will come up with something, right? We have a lot of evidence to prove why the elderly woman would rather die outside than live with her son. Is it evil for Xiefeng's homeland to take in 80-year-olds and allow them to live comfortable lives? I used to think that evil meant not showing filial piety to the elderly, but now it seems that showing filial piety to the elderly is evil. Thank you for showing me the true meaning of evil. Wang Gang said that Xiefeng asked his mother to bring her salary card over and end her relationship with the family. You should show evidence of this occurrence because without any, what you said is just slander. Will people believe it? Saying that your mother took her savings, ran away from home, and that you then lost contact with her is simply one big lie. Does telling such a lie mean that you have forgotten about the time that your wife and you visited Lifechanyuan? The video said that I joined traditional Christianity, but have you any evidence of this? Of course not, because you made all this up. You know that I am the messenger of the greatest creator, Jesus Christ, Buddha Shakyamuni, the Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, and the incarnation of Celestial Laozi, but you think that this has all been made up by me, right? Is it not strange that one dares to claim himself as such but can still have a clear mind for 20 years? Is it not abnormal? This is not something that anyone can claim for themselves casually. If you do not believe me, you can try doing it yourself. If anyone claims to be such, it would take less than 1 year for them to go insane and die. If you do not believe me, try it yourself. Now suppose, what if Zhang Zifan's claim is true? If so, then your sins are surely not small. You said that our 2 places in Guizhou are secretly established bases under the cover of cooperative, comprehensive development projects. Excuse me, but are we also engaged in any illegal activities or any other than those stipulated in our contract? If so, please provide evidence. You said that the most important of Xiefeng's fallacies is that Chanyuan celestials must hand in all their property. Please provide evidence of this. In which article did I write this? On what occasion did I say it? Please provide material evidence and testimonies of witnesses. Lu Chang is the husband of Xianin Celestial and appears in the video. You said that Xianyin Celestial sold all of her family property behind Lu Chang's back and dedicated all his hundreds of thousands of RMB yuan to Lifechanyuan, but are the facts really as Lu Chang claims? Lu Chang is addicted to gambling. Not only did he gamble away their pig farm which they had worked so hard to build, but he also lost their house, driving the family into bankruptcy and unable to pay off some usurers from whom he had borrowed money. He hid outside all day and his wife had no choice but to beg to come to Lifechanyuan home. His wife had not sold their property behind his back and donated hundreds of thousands of RMB yuan to Lifechanyuan because she had nothing and even needed to purchase the train ticket with the pocket money her daughter gave her to travel from her former farm to Lifechanyuan. You have provided false testimony. I wonder if this is a crime in jurisprudence. I guess you need to study the law more seriously. Lu Chang said that he weighed nearly 75 kilograms when he was with his wife, but that his weight had dropped to 45 kilograms after she left. What does this fact show? With his wife supporting him, he was obese, but with his wife no longer taking care of him, he became underweight. Who can afford to support a man like this? You said that Lifechanyuan is an illegal organization, so we asked your public security officer why you felt that way. The officer said that Lifechanyuan was never registered. I ask you, must an organization register in order to be legal? Was the great, glorious, and correct Communist Party of China organization registered with the nationalist government of that time when it ruled China? If not, then according to you, the CPC has always been an illegal organization. Besides, Lifechanyuan is an international family which has been registered with the Canadian government. Can it not be counted as registered? Regarding Xiefeng's pronouncement that family members are enemies, this was a warning from Jesus Christ. Do you dare to say that Jesus Christ was wrong? Leaving home, this is the guidance and example of Buddha Sakyamuni. Do you dare to say Sakyamuni was wrong? You keep saying that Xiefeng's claims are fallacies and heresies. I have 800 values, do you have enough wisdom and ability to refute any of them? You only need to challenge a few of them. If you cannot refute any of them, then how can it be called a fallacy? In view of this, it is not surprising that you call filial piety evil, and the theory of truth fallacious. I will not comment on Lifechanyuan in the video, but he and his wife divorced voluntarily in 2009. At that time, their 2 children had grown up and his wife had left him without taking a penny from their family. The video said that his wife left him to live in Lifechanyuan community, but the community had not yet existed at the time of their divorce, so it would be nonsense to say that she came to us at that time. His wife's father died 7 years after they divorced, but you said that it happened only a few days after she left. In order to achieve your goals, lies can be made up like this only because the government is in league with liars. Is this what the government does? You also said that his wife's father died from lung cancer because his wife left him. Is there any scientific evidence that this can happen? According to Lifechanyuan, his wife's departure caused her father to get lung cancer, and he passed away within a few days. I ask, can lung cancer really kill anyone within only a few days of acquiring it? Is it not ridiculous to make lies like this up? Is this how the government collects evidence to prove that Lifechanyuan is evil? In fact, this has nothing to do with Lifechanyuan. The number of divorcees in the world is increasing and many people are not marrying. Are all of these changes caused by Lifechanyuan? Of course not. I advocate that as long as 2 parties are willing to, they can maintain emotional relations for a long time. What is wrong with this in terms of ethics and jurisprudence? Is it not allowed for them to keep long-term emotional relationships if they are consensual? You said that some of our game photos which you showed in your video were described as being intolerable to the eye. Do you really think so? Then how do you feel about the large number of pornographic pictures on the regular internet? You think our Homeland life is immoral, right? Your public security officers raided our home at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning many times, forced their way into our rooms, checked in our cabinets and under our beds. Did they ever find a man and a woman sleeping together? Never. Based on your realm, you can never imagine that Chanyuan celestials like to talk and laugh, but in our home, we mostly like to live quietly and alone. we pursue the joy of non-material souls, not that of flesh. Based on your cognitive abilities, this realm is extremely difficult for you to imagine and you will not be able to understand it even if you live for 500 years. Peng Jinlai, who is shown in your video, stayed in the Chanyuan home for only 5 or 6 days. During that period, he wanted to be intimate with a female Chanyuan celestial but she rejected him. For this, he hated the home and left immediately, and he also wanted his wife and daughter to leave with him. In your video, it was reversed. He was falsely accusing the female Chanyuan celestial of seducing him. This man lied at every step. When Peng Jinlai's wife became a Chanyuan celestial, she had difficulty walking because of surgery on her legs. In 2020, she was brought to the new oasis for life of Lifechanyuan to recover because she was unable to walk, and a dedicated specialist had been assigned to take care of her during her recuperation. I ask you, if she had been sent home, would that not have added trouble to Peng Jinlai? Not only did Peng Jinlai not appreciate the Lifechanyuan home, but he spread rumors and framed us. Would you agree that what he did goes against basic human morality? You said that my homeland is a mental cancer that endangers the masses. Please read carefully the Chanyuan corpus, Xiefeng corpus, and the 800 values for new era humans. This huge theoretical system is in line with the teachings of Jesus Christ, Buddha Shakyamuni, Prophet Muhammad, Pbuh, Immortal Laozi, the sages of the past, and Marx's theoretical communism. You seem to regard the teachings of gods, Buddhas, and immortals as mental cancers. So what your spiritual medicine might be? You said that through careful investigations, you had found various evidence of violations in the homeland. What are they in accordance with China's constitution and laws? If you cannot show the evidence of our violations to society, have you committed the crime of perjury? You said that all our believers were successfully rescued with no mistakes, but how could there have been no mistakes with nearly 100 people? Did you say that Xiefeng asked the Chanyuan celestials to commit collective suicide? If I live, the home will exist; if the home perishes, I will die. From your video, can you tell any clues of Chanyuan celestials wanting to die by committing suicide? Is there one Chanyuan celestial resisting? Let me tell you that Chanyuan celestials are the most civilized group of well-educated people in the world, and that none of them would do anything extreme. You have suppressed Lifechanyuan for 8 years and destroyed our homes a dozen times, but has even one Chanyuan celestial confronted anyone or done anything extreme? There were no mistakes in your process of smashing us. This was not because of how thorough and detailed your plan was, but because the quality of Chanyuan celestials determined that they would not respond in any uncivilized manner. You said that Chanyuan celestials cannot get prompt medical treatment and that they suffer from diseases in Lifechanyuan. You are really good at fabricating and framing. The home regards every Chanyuan celestial as a family relative. Once anyone feels uncomfortable, we immediately arrange for them to go to a hospital to be examined and treated, and we have never delayed anyone's timely treatment. During any Chanyuan celestial's hospitalization, we provide at least 4 people to take care of them 24 hours each day. Do you not see it or know it? The care that the home delivers to every Chanyuan celestial during their illness cannot be offered by ordinary families or social groups. Would you like to compare theirs against ours? The home's care and education for children are all-encompassing. To know the quality of a fruit tree, just look at its. We have raised more than a dozen children in our home. Why do you not let the kids tell their stories? As for the 13-year-old Zhao Mingming mentioned in your video, he is not running around the yard all day as you described and delaying his studies. The child's terminally ill mother arranged for her child to enter our home in order to secure a good future for him. Soon after his entering the homeland, his mother passed away. The homeland took care of all her funeral affairs. When the child's mother was critically ill, we promptly notified the child's grandmother and uncle, who came to inspect how we managed her funeral affairs. As for the child, his grandmother and uncle both agreed that the homeland is good and wanted the child to stay here. We then arranged for the child to go to the local school in time. Is this not true? How can you alter and despise the true facts? Is it not true that the detained child shown in your video was still wearing the uniform of the Hope Primary School in Rongguang Town? Didn't you take the child away from that school? How can you say that we had delayed the child's studies? The alleged penance sending in the video is very ridiculous. It showed that Su Dong, who was originally from Shaanxi, sent a pennant to the public security organization. The fact is that your officers customized the pennant in advance, and then forced Su Dong to take a photo with the pennant. This is how pathetically you make yourselves look good. Just think about it, relying on your brain capacity, knowledge and spiritual quotient, is it possible for you to complete the deprogramming of Chanyuan celestials in such a short period of time after my more than 10 years of patient and meticulous brainwashing? Are you qualified? Your so-called transformation is nothing more than threats, intimidation, and coercion, and then through blackening people's names, cutting off people's sources of life, and forcibly taking away their mobile phones, computers, ID cards, and passports for forced conversion. How is this fundamentally different from the ruffians, hooligans, gangsters, and bandits, who put knives to people's throats and say, "Call me grandpa or I'll kill you"? Since April 28, you took away the ID cards, mobile phones, and computers of many Chanyuan celestials. Some of these objects have yet to be returned. Is this how you transform Chanyuan celestials? You said that the evil homeland created by Zhang Zifen was smashed in one stroke. Your memory is really bad. This is not smashed in one stroke. You started the smashing in one stroke 8 years ago in 2013. You have already smashed in 12 strokes. You gave us real trouble, but it is too early to conclude whether we were destroyed. Boundless grasses across the plain come and go with every season, wildfires never quite consume them, they are tall once more in the spring wind. If you really have the ability to completely destroy us, then what you have to do is not to drive the Chanyuan celestials from their dens, but you must subvert Xiefeng's entire theory. If you do not destroy my theory, then the home will never be destroyed. Not to say to smash it in one stroke, you cannot destroy it with 1,000 strokes, or even 10,000 strokes. Another way to destroy us is to control all foreign networks and block the 8 public websites of Lifechanyuan, especially social media platforms such as Facebook, Google, and YouTube. Otherwise, who will be destroyed in the end has not yet been settled. After reading the above, are you scared? If you are not scared, then do not delete my article so that the so-called righteous people can see the evil of the Chanyuan home and of Zhang Zifen. But if you do not delete it, will the good people who were deceived by you think you are evil instead? Who knows? Maybe. However, your deletion and blocking can only be limited to your sphere of influence. The world outside your sphere of influence is very vast, and I can continue to publish it in that vast world. Nowadays, there is a popular saying, you will have to pay it back sooner or later. The 12 homes of Lifechanyuan were each smashed in one stroke by you. Sooner or later, this account will be settled. On average, each home is calculated at 10 million RMB yuan and the 12 homes were worth 120 million RMB yuan, according to the current market value. A murderer must pay with his life and a debtor must pay his debt. It is an unalterable principle that the debts you owe must be repaid. You are not going to get away with this. Up to the highest height and down to deepest depth, even if you die, Chanyuan celestials will trace you to the end. Before you pay off your debt, your soul will never rest in peace. If you do not believe me, just wait and see. We hope that you will realize your errors, mend your ways, and commit fewer sins.